It's tough. So
That's
good.
tough. Good,
All
good.
right.
Ready for money?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about, I'm going to lay out kind of what happened this week for you. So we're going to start on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're talking what happened on Thursday. Here's the comments on Thursday. Some of the headline was mortgage rates definitely aren't flat this week. And it said some of the improvement that came courtesy of this morning's economic data, which showed a much larger than expected decline in the service sector. Weak economic data generally helps rates move lower, all things being equal. That's Thursday.
Okay.
It went on and said that depending on what happens tomorrow, which would then be Friday, with the jobs report, will indicate direction of rates.
Okay.
Right. So we picked up till Thursday, we picked up probably an eighth in rate. Right. So if we are 3.75, we're 3.625 in that area. So kind of in that, this is 30-year fixed money. So we're in that mid to high 3 area. So Friday morning comes along, jobs report comes out. Jobs report comes out that
a little soft.
136,000 new jobs. The expectation was 147. So again, a negative. While we're at 3.5% unemployment, the lowest since 1969. The jobs numbers kind of fell a little bit in terms of what they were expecting. So, and the headline said, here's the takeaway. The government's latest monthly jobs report took on added significance after a week of otherwise disappointing economic news. Manufacturing activity in the United States fell for the second month in a row, while the World Trade Organization predicted that the growth in global trade would slacken significantly. So talking about two-thirds of the country's output is the manufacturing and servicing together. So, so they're seeing a decline in that. So it's really, I'm watching as we're recording this, I'm just watching what the market's doing. And, it's really favorable now for mortgage interest rates again. So all that, they said it's great news to hit record lows on unemployment, but they noted that the wages are not where they'd like it to be. They're not seeing the wage growth. While everybody's employed, there's not a ton of wage growth. I think that's because a lot of the jobs that are being created are probably more entry-level, mid-level. Well, you're not seeing that significant piece. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. Well, I mean, it's a lot of service work. So, I mean, service workers don't get paid as much as manufacturing.
So, so it's all of that to say rates are great. They're terribly low right now. And so we're, again, we just we're
wonderfully low, not terribly low.
Wonderfully low, right? So so I think we're going to see that mid threes to, probably, could we touch 3.5? I'm not sure, but obviously we watch it daily. I'm sitting here, we're doing the show, and I've got the market on right next to me. So you kind of always get a flavor of where are we, and is it time? So quite honestly, we're going in, we're having conversations, and we lock the loan, and then we and then we finish getting the paperwork. Very opposite of what we used to do, right? We used to get the full application, do this, get the appraisal. Once we know values, then we'll lock in the loan. Not a bit, when things are steady. But when you have an opportunity like this, where rates are low, you go in, you set up the file, you lock the loan for 60 days, right? So you're probably not going to get the best, the 30-day price, but you're going to get 60-day pricing, which is still good. You lock it in, and now we have 60 days. Let's get everything else figured out. And we're getting also, what's interesting right now, we're getting a lot of appraisal waivers. So, which means if there's enough equity, and Freddie and Fannie see that there's enough equity based on all the different sources that we have now on, on values of homes, they're saying, hey, the LTV looks good, the credit looks good, the reserves look good, appraisal waiver.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
So I got on my house right now, FHA, 3.625, I believe.
Great rate.
Problem is that it's got the MI for the life of the loan. If I want to refinance that into just conventional financing, is that something I should be calling you about? Is that something you can help me with?
Yep, that's a good idea, actually. Even if you can, so that's a great example. If rates are, you got a low rate, but if we can get rid of the MI, now a lot of times people are calling saying, hey, can we dump the MI? So the rate will go from, like in one case, I'm thinking that I'm doing right now, 4.25 to 3.625. Not a ton of savings on rate. No, 3.75 actually. So not a ton of savings, but getting rid of that MI was the big deal, right?
Yeah.
And we picked up a little bit on payment, a lot on MI, and then,
my LTV is about 50%.
Wow.
And I want to keep it there. So I don't want to do a cash out. I just want to
just
dump
rate
the
reduction.
MI.
Yeah, rate reduction, get rid of the MI.
Call you guys.
Yep.
What's the number?
651-231-2500. So
How long does it take to turn that around?
honestly, right now, probably 45 days.
Okay.
You know, if I'm selling it hard and somebody's like, hey, I got to
Mhm.
close by the end of the month,
Mhm.
we can get anything done fast, but
Right.
you're in your
But
home.
you get
It's
in
a
the queue,
refinance,
yeah.
right? Let's just get in, right?
You
Let's
got
just
the
get
rate
in.
locked.
That's
We're
exactly
locked.
what we
We're
did.
good.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I mean, you're living in your home, and we'll skip the payment when we skip, right? So one of the side benefits of always the refinance is always you get to skip a house payment, you get your escrow refund, all those kind of
Moving money around.
yeah, but kind of moving money a little bit. So when that occurs, typically doesn't matter that much to people. That's why, you know, we were saying earlier, you love the purchase side, right? Because the purchases are great because you have a closing date, everybody's hitting that. And, you know, one of the things I love about our
celebration and
yeah. And one of the things I love about AMEC Home Loans is the fact that we will not miss a purchase closing. So our turn times on purchase is literally 48 hours yet. Refis, probably 4 or 5 days, right? And that's not a great selling point for some people. Like, oh my gosh, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
Purchases matter,
Yeah.
right? And that's
Timelines
our priority,
matter.
right?
Yep.
Because to the real estate community, if you go, well, I'm sorry, Keith, we're just really busy with refis. You don't care,
right.
You care that we're on time on the purchase side. So right now there's just a lot of economic data. There's a softening on the economic data that's coming out, and that's giving relief to mortgage interest rates, and you're seeing lower interest rates as a result of it. So a great time to get rid of mortgage insurance, maybe combine that first and second, maybe just take a rate reduction, maybe take cash out, you know, for opportunities or for college or something like that. A lot of people are just kind of looking at the overall picture saying, okay, what could we do here? You know, and you guys know, I love to do that piece. There's nothing more fun than just getting the credit report, looking at it with somebody and going, oh, we could do this. And then you have to evaluate is, you know, do you cash out? Do you not?
Right.
I
It's kinda
love
fun.
that. I love that about you guys too, because, you know, there's so many different scenarios and people are like, well, I don't know about this. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if I should do this. I'm like, have you talked to a mortgage professional? No, I haven't. Talk to a mortgage professional because they're going to get it on paper. And 9 times out of 10, it becomes blatantly obvious what you should do based on the scenario you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, for sure.
We had a conversation this week with a gal who has a good job and went through a divorce, and so she's got some bumps and bruises on her credit.
Yeah.
And it's funny because people say, "Oh, my credit is shot." You know, I got a problem with my credit. And it's like you start talking to people, especially people like this. It seems like sometimes you'll talk to someone, they're like, "Oh yeah, I got great credit," and you pull a credit and it's just trashed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's funny because the people who have a credit awareness, when they have what they think is bad credit, a lot of times it's just not that bad, and it's fixable things because it's generally event related.
Yeah.
Bad credit as opposed to chronic historical. I just don't ever pay my bills. Bad credit.
Yeah, a lot of times we can find, Keith, probably a 90-day period where all of this activity took place.
Yeah.
Right, and then it was clean. Life, clean.
Yep. Right.
And really that doesn't have a lot of impact. There's some quick things that we can do there, and just the restructuring of some of that debt that we can pop scores up, and sometimes we can take one person off to get rid of their debt and keep the other on. So just all different scenarios.
What's it take? How quickly could you pop someone's credit score 100 points?
100 points? 100 points is
say they're at 550.
Or 650, and you want to pop 650, 550. You tried, right, to do something. 650 to 750. It's a while. You're gonna obviously there's a lot there. Now, if you have a lot of cash, a lot of times when it's that scenario, it's just everybody's maxed out on their credit, right? So it's my limit is 10 grand and my balance is 9. You got to get that balance to be about 30% ideally. So when you look at that and you can start to knock that out, you can pop scores significantly and quickly. When you have lates on your credit, you can't get rid of you were late, right? And you maybe disputed it, you did all that, but at the end of the day, if it's late, it was late. Can't do a lot about that, but we can do some things on the other side if we have the cash available to pop a score fast. But typically the people don't have the cash always available. So if you'd like to have a conversation regarding where you're at in your situation, just give me a call at 651-231-2500 or go to our website, mysmartermortgage.com.